Between the Slicks, drag racing's most diverse talk show out there, hosted by yours truly right here. The Monday Morning Racer is live. Thank you for joining me this Thursday night. Looking forward to our guest later on. Should have Frankie, the Madman Taylor on, 2020 ADRL Pro Extreme champ. Been looking forward to chat with him for a while now. I have been told I need to have him on the show, and I've been able to talk just about to all the other Door Slammer champs, it seems like. So looking forward to talking to Frankie Taylor later on tonight. Now, it is a joy to be back with each and every one of you. Scott, hi. Hope you're doing well. I was recently covering a lot of drag racing in the state of Florida. It began with the World Door Slammer Nationals. Currently, right now, you can see 2 videos of eliminations on the Monday Morning YouTube channel. Yes, if you're watching this, you can also watch it on the YouTube channel. Subscribe there for me. It will be a huge help to me. And yes, right now, you can see full eliminations of Pro Stock and Pro Mod from the World Door Slammer Nationals. Also, Pro 632 is yet to be edited along with import action from the World Door Slammer Nationals. As you can see, I was hamming it up with a few of the Pro Stock drivers, Kyle Koretsky there. I've also noticed this. A lot of drivers, a lot of pro drivers are starting to try to crowd in on my shade game. They're taking the Oakley Sutros and they're wearing them. I want everybody to know right here, these shades, they started with me. I was out there before Patrick Mahomes wore them. I was out there wearing them before Alex Laughlin and before Kyle Koretsky. So if you see a pro driver in drag racing wearing these, whether they'll tell you or not, they got them from the Monday Morning Racer. That's where they got them from. So last Thursday did not air, did not have the show. I had a special dinner engagement thanks to Chip Lofton of strutmasters.com. Was able to be at the International Drag Racing Hall of Fame induction ceremony for the inductees. Notably, Brent Kepner was inducted. But there's me, a rare non-shade photo at the International Drag Racing Hall of Fame induction ceremony there in Gainesville, Florida. A fun time that it was, an enjoyable time. It was great to see and hear of the stories of notable drag racing individuals making it into the Hall of Fame. Brent Kepner has some outstanding resources ongoing in the works that he's been working on for a long time. A book chronicling, like every drag strip that has ever existed. It is huge. It is huge. And I don't know, it's going to be something that's not going to be published to the public. It's going to be made into one book and hopefully put in the National Archives, but I think there will be web resources. But Brent Kepner, definitely, what a great man for drag racing and all the things he's done, drag racing himself and in media. Gary, hello to you. Scott, he says here, I bet you've got the best import photos ever. Well, if any of you have seen from Competition Plus Power Hour, I did share a little clip, and there is a little clip on the Facebook page. There were 2 imports that were coming my way at the 330-foot mark for sure. Billy, thank you for chiming in. Yeah, Ron, a non-hat also. I wasn't wearing a hat at the time. And Going Bracket Racing, guys, check out Going Bracket Racing, the YouTube channel there. Check them out when you get an opportunity. Great channel. I love what they're doing. And I'm glad to be right back here with you all hosting Between the Slicks. Get back into the saddle of things and move forward. And I'm looking forward to who we've got tonight, hopefully, and who we're going to have in the future. Look, quick break. We're going to come right back. And what we're going to do, we're going to talk a little bit more about, well, what? Drag racing. Let's talk about the Gators. Let's talk about upcoming Sega action in Florida. Let's talk about upcoming chaos. Funny car chaos Let's talk about it right after this word from Power Built Tools. Power Built Tools exemplifies innovation in the tool industry. From hand tools, power tools, and even tool storage. Check out powerbuilt.com for Power Built Tools. And remember, use promo code MMR15 for 15% off at purchase. Guys, look, go use those promo codes that are on between the slicks. Use promo code MMR15, 15% off on Power Built Tools, 15% off on tools and innovative tools. Go check them out. Now, the Gatornationals. I talked about it with my co-host, Slammin' Sam. And look, what a great time it was. What great storylines there were. Justin Ashley taking out Brittany Force in round one. You've got the Leverage Racing team. They up till 4:30 in the morning trying to get that car ready for round one. If you are following Doug Foley and the social media that he is put out, that I've been putting out for him, telling the story from testing all the way to E1 of the struggle that they had over the week, but then they top it off with a 380 in round one in the Gatornationals. To Josh Hart, first time in Top Fuel, first final ever in Top Fuel, first win ever in Top Fuel. What a great story there. J.R. Todd stops the comeback of John Force Racing and breaks the streak of Don Schumacher Racing for Coletta Motorsports. So much as Sam chimes in, he says, Stevie Fast, not quick enough to qualify. He might be Stevie Fast, but he wasn't Stevie Quick in the Gatornationals to make the show. The storylines there in concerning the centrifugal superchargers and their supposed domination that's going to be on the rise in Pro Mod. The carnage that was at the Gatornationals. I say all that the NHRA had its best viewed, most viewed race probably in its history with that NHRA Gatornationals. It was a race that felt like we were back to normal. I think that says a lot to where we're going in this country and where we're going in 2021. Every day, the crowds were great. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was a great show. Great show. Right, Ron, yes, Stevie Fast was not quick enough. He did not qualify. The crowds were spectacular. The teams that showed up, you had several teams. You had a full field plus in Top Fuel, in Funny Car, in Pro Stock. The event lived up to the hype. Everybody was wanting to get back to professional drag racing. We saw it. We experienced it. The TV ratings, on average, 1,026,000 viewers. The average. And the finals reached near 2 million. And they estimate, though the numbers, they're not sure on the numbers because there was a runover. There's a 10-minute runover into the NASCAR pre-race for about 10 minutes. That it's possible that 10 minutes was over 2 million viewers. And they saw J.R. Todd win in Funny Car, and they saw a first-time winner in a rookie in Josh Hart win his first ever Wally in Top Fuel. Folks, the implications of nearly 2 million people seeing the winners in Funny Car and Top Fuel, that is outstanding for the sport of drag racing, and especially for NHRA drag racing. Wow. With all that said, though, you start doing some digging and you come to realize that we step away from the Gatornationals and there is a bit of controversy. In the top Fuel Harley ranks, Mickey Thompson, no longer a headlining sponsor for those racers. They showed up, apparently without much warning, that they were racing, well, for nothing. For nothing. The days of Top Fuel Harley in NHRA competition might very well be numbered. And when asked to make some type of concession for the participants in Top Fuel Harley, what we're getting from those participants is that the NHRA did not budge in knocking off entry fee or making any other type of concession for them in participating. It seems like the NHRA takes steps forward and a step back. I'm excited for what 2021 holds for the NHRA. I'm excited for the partnership with Camping World. Folks, what did you think of the campers? What did you think of the campers down the drag strip? I loved it. I took a photo. I was in the staging lanes, and I used it on the Foley Lewis Racing Twitter. Hey, we'll match race anytime. But what a sight it was to see those campers going down the quarter mile, and whoever won got a camper. And later on, they're like, hey, everybody's a winner with Camping World. And the other individual won a camper as well. I think they ran 19s in the quarter mile. I mean, hey, I don't know if we'll ever have nitro methane burning campers with, flopping up and down bodies, but hey, I'll take it. What better way, what better partnership than drag racing to showcase the campers, have them out there, let fans interact with them, and have some fun. The crowd, man, there was a great pop from the crowd when those campers were going down the drag strip. That was cool. That was cool to see. Mikey, he chimes in and says, great interview with Lyle, by the way. Now, what he's talking about Sam Smith, Slammin' Sam, Outlaw Performance ENT. He has got a podcast. Check him out on all made podcast platforms. He recently had an interview with Lyle Barnett. Check that out. Going Bracket Racing, he chimes in. If we do have nitro campers, they'll be at Funny Car Chaos. Man, look, let's roll into it. Let's roll into it. Let's roll into it. Funny Car Chaos. First, the Monday Morning Racer. I will be there. I will be covering it. Yes, you can see it on Flow Racing, but I will get my Monday Morning Racer coverage. We will have it out on YouTube. Right now, folks, it is up to 68, not 64, not 66, 68 funny cars will be on the property. Haddock Racing, big show car. Del Worsham is bringing the family car out. Mindendorf is going to be out there. You've got the Detroit Tiger, Gold Digger. So many other great names and combinations are going to be out there. The Fabulous Floppers will be in force at the Texas Motorplex. Man, am I looking forward to Funny Car Chaos. And folks, that's not all. That is not all. No. There will be fuel altered on the premises. Not only will there be fuel altered on the premises, but they will also have gasser action on the premises. So it's gassers, fuel alters, 68 funny cars, and live trackside parties to top it off. Yes, let's all load up and go to Texas. God bless Texas with his own hand. I'm not going to sing anymore. But Funny Car Chaos, that is going to be a heck of a show, and I cannot wait to be there. Not this weekend, but the weekend after next. Now, this weekend, Southeast Gasser Association, they kick off their season. In Holt, Florida. That's basically the Pensacola region at Emerald Dragway. The gear jamming, wheel lifting, no shift light this year. Classic. I call them drag racer reenactors of the highest level will be back at it out there. doing their thing with Quayne Stott at the helm. Definitely looking forward to catch some Southeast Gasser action when I can later on this year. But if you are near Holt, Florida, you want to see Southeast Gassers in action. It is worth every penny, and it won't cost you that much as well. It is worth it. So check them out. Ron Kozak, he brings up a great question. How come the CEO only asked for sponsorship proposals from pro teams and no sportsman teams on Twitter? All right. I think, to your question, Ron, the reason for that is because who gets TV time? The sportsman classes do not get TV time. That's a whole nother argument. I would love for the sportsmen's guys to have more TV time. I wish they would always somehow be worked into the finals of the TV broadcast on Fox or Fox Sports or Fox Sports 1. I wish they were always worked in. I can remember the days and times when they were worked in. This was a strange, I don't know if strange really fits. This was a different scheduled event. Eliminations started at 10 a.m. in the morning. Usually they start noon. 11 even is early. But they started at 10 a.m. There was a TV window to have this NASCAR lead-in. And NHRA does perform well when they have a NASCAR lead-in or they have a NASCAR lead-out. So, to make that TV window started at 10 a.m., and from there, it was chaotic. It was chaotic on when other classes were going to get to run. I remember when Top Fuel, Funny Car, Pro Stock, they were all wrapped up. People were leaving. There were plenty of classes still running, and they were not even in their finals. Some of them had just got to their semifinals. So, with all that said, to your point, I think it boils down to simply maybe Marcus Lemonis doesn't fully understand what happens at an NHRA event compared to a NASCAR Cup, NASCAR Truck, NASCAR Xfinity event. Look, it's challenging. Let's be realistic. It is challenging. Wes Buck says this. When you're covering drag racing, who do you mention that won? I mean, how many winners are there at an NHRA national event? There's the Top Fuel winner. There's the Funny Car winner. There's the Pro Stock winner. There's the Pro Stock motorcycle winner. That's the 4 pro categories. But that's not all. You've got a winner in Top Alcohol Dragster. You got a winner in Top Alcohol Funny Car. You've got a winner in Nitro Harley. You got a winner in Super Stock, in Super Gas, in Comp Eliminator. What's the difference between Comp Eliminator and Super Gas? It can be challenging to cover all the winners. That's a reality. And when you look at something like NASCAR Cup, well, you have one winner. There's one class. There is nearly 40-something cars of one type, one class, racing, and you have one clear, defined, covered winner. I think that plays into it. Now, the flip side, Ron, if you notice, there were no Camping World cars on track on Sunday. Oh, yes, every car was running Camping World NHRA stickers, but there was not a Camping World branded car. So, all those proposals, nothing happened. And that is something in like my conversations with Doug Foley, we threw out some proposals. We had something ready to even give Marcus Lemonis with a little bit different business plan, and talking with like Joe Morrison, Leverage Racing. We're all like, we haven't heard anything. It's Thursday. It's Friday. Nobody has said anything about anybody, excuse me, getting a Camping World sponsorship for the weekend. And it didn't happen. Why? I don't know. As far as I know, Marcus wasn't even on the property. I'm not sure. Is that disappointing? Yes. Do I think that spells doom for the relationship of the NHRA and Camping World? No, I think that would be silly to say that. But yes, I think it boils down to TV time with those classes. and why there was no proposals asked from sportsman entities. Though I did see some sportsman individuals throw out that proposal, and they were wise to do so. Why not? Moving on. Funny Car Chaos is coming up. Southeast Gassers is coming up. The Gatornationals have been completed. Pomona postponed, not canceled, but it has been postponed. I will not be shocked to find out that, well, it is canceled later on. That's just my opinion. That's my thoughts. So I hope that's not the case. You know, it's home turf for the NHRA. It needs to happen. And hopefully we do get Pomona in. But as of right now, postponed. Looking forward to the kickoff here soon of the PDRA drag racing action at Galat Motorsports Park. That is going to be upcoming soon. Right now, still waiting on our guest. Hopefully that gets worked out. I know I had some miscommunication with individuals involved to get Frankie on, so hopefully we do have Frankie Taylor on. If not, we'll have him another time. So, folks, look, I'm going to take a quick break. Please chime in. Let's talk about drag racing until we get Frankie on tonight and enjoy chatting on what we all love, the stuff between the slicks, the world of drag racing. This word from Hero Soap Company. Hero Soap Company is a veteran-owned establishment that produces all-natural, essential oils-infused soap that is sold with a portion of the proceeds supporting other veteran groups. Hero Soap Company. Heroes supporting heroes. Be a hero yourself and buy a bar and let freedom clean. All right. Again, as we mentioned, a lot of great events are coming up into the world of drag racing. In the comment section, help me out here as we hopefully have Frankie come on later. What is something that you still want to see in the world of drag racing? Maybe it's something such as Southeast Gassers Association, and you haven't seen it yet. What would you like to see? Me, I personally have not yet seen a Funny Car Chaos event. This will be my first Funny Car Chaos event. Looking forward to being there for 68. You never know. It might even be more by the time the weekend rolls around and be beyond 68. What if it got to 72 funny cars? 72 funny cars. Hey, John Strickland, he chimes in. He's an important guy in drag racing. The Pro Boost PDRA champion for 2020. Thanks for the Galat PDRA plug. Yes, sir. Looking forward to my PDRA drag racing. John, feel free in the comments section to tell us when tractor pulling will be coming up at Galat Motorsports Park as well. What is the payout for Funny Car Chaos? I am not sure on that. Someone, if you want to, go do some digging. Let's find that. And I know this much. It's in the thousands of dollars. Chris Graves has figured out how to definitely put on a great show, and everybody come and have fun, but they do get paid at the end of the day. I do know for his Nitro Chaos coming up in the middle of the year at Eddyville Raceway, it is a total of $30,000 that can be won for someone coming with, well, anything that's running on Nitro. You just got to be on at least 80%. So that should give you the range of what a Funny Car Chaos can be. I think it's $10,000 to the winner, if I'm not mistaken, or it might be a total payout. Not sure. Someone go dive in and find that out and tell us here on Between the Slicks. Clarence, he chimes in and says the PDRA has a great schedule this year. I agree. I am definitely looking forward to the PDRA at Reading. That was supposed to happen for the first time last year, 2020 with COVID. It did not happen. That track always has great performance in it where it's situated for whatever reason. Some say it's the trees. I don't know, but it always has great performance. Looking forward to the PDRA stars going there and participating. Not to mention, they have the Summit All-Stars, I believe it is, program this year within the PDRA. It's not even happening at a PDRA race, per se. It's going to be happening at like the Virginia Motorsports Park Night of Fire scenario, but the all-stars of PDRA drag racing are going to duke it out for a large sum of money. I'm looking forward to that. Let's see what Going Bracket Racing has to say as I get a sip of water real quick. I want to see Pro Mod versus Fuel Funny Car to the 8th. Also want Top Fuel versus Funny Car on national TV. The last one, Top Fuel versus Funny Car on national TV. We all want that. I think every drag racing fan in the world wants that to happen again. It has not happened since the No Bull shootout at Bristol, Tennessee in the, I think that was in the 90s, the late 90s. John Force in that one-off Superman car gets it done. He says, I don't have to go over to Top Fuel because I beat him here. Yes, we want to see that happen again. Definitely. We want to see that happen again. To your first one, Pro Mod versus Funny Car. Why not? Why not? That is probably the two most popular classes in drag racing, Funny Car and Pro Mod. They are very similar. Why not? That would be awesome. And I mean, theoretically, it can happen to some extent. You know, Chris Graves is trying to get Scott Palmer to bring out the Studezilla that's on Nitro, that's got the Top Fuel motor, and run it at Nitro Chaos. So you could see some Funny Car versus Pro Mod or the Top Fuel engine happen. That would definitely be cool. Scott, he says that MPK at SGMP has been moved to July. A lot of moving around. I'm sure we're going to have a lot more moving around before the end of the year. John chimes in, Galat Lucas Pro Pooling League event will be May 21st and the 22nd. So, folks, I want to say this. If you have never been to a tractor pull, you're a drag racing fan through and through, but you have never been to a tractor pull, you need to check tractor pulling out. It is stellar. Love tractor pulling. And you can check it out at Galat Motorsports Park right there, May 21st and 22nd. Check it out. I agree. I want to see I want to see Funny Car versus Top Fuel once again. What I want to see is Mountain Motor Pro Stock versus 500 cubic inch Pro Stock. Stagger the tree, get it where it's right, and they go head to head for the top Pro Stocker in the world. And I want it to happen, well, guess where? The World Door Slammer Nationals. And if it's not the full field running it off, that the Mountain Motor winner Mountain Motor winner runs the 500 cubic inch winner in a sudden death scenario for whoever is the top of Pro Stock. That's what I want to see. Yeah, Enzo, look, I like your thinking. And Enzo was nice enough to give us a clue into the payouts at Funny Car Chaos. So the A field, $7,500 total. That's $3,000 to win, runner-up $2,000, and semis on down. And as you can see, continuing through there, definitely folks are going to be earning some money at Funny Car Chaos. And look, even more than the money, it's a heck of a good time from everything I'm hearing. And those guys love to show up for Funny Car Chaos. Going Bracket Racing, he chimes in, can't believe I didn't think of that. Great idea. John DeFlorian versus Erica Enders. Yes. Or Johnny Placino versus Greg Anderson. Or Monte Cavo versus Koretsky. Oh, there you go. Monte Cavo versus Koretsky. There's a lot going back there. That would definitely be cool. I would love to see that in the world of drag racing. Fuel Altered. I would love to see Fuel Altered get some love at an NHRA national event again. It has been a long time since Fuel Altered got love at an NHRA national event. And whether it was an exhibition, which it probably would be, have a full Fuel Altered full fuel-altered field at a NHRA national event like the U.S. Nationals. Why not? Give them some due. That would be crazy, but I would love to see that. Well, folks, look, feel free to keep chiming into the comment section. I'm still waiting on Frankie if that's going to be able to work out. Like I said, there was some miscommunication with the individual I was working it out with to have Frankie on. So as of right now, it's looking like we might not have Frankie on. So please dive into the comment section, help a brother out. Let's just talk about drag racing. Scott, has there been a funny car chaos before? Where did it start? Yes. Funny car chaos has been around, I believe, for about 2-3 years now. Chris Graves. I interviewed Chris Graves right here on Between the Slicks. We had him on Competition Plus Power Hour earlier in the week. And yes, it's been around for about 2-3 years. It grew from, one event to now it's a regular touring series. And it's a series that is mainly Texas, Midwest based. That's where the guys are running. But they definitely get a lot of participation beyond Texas and the Midwest because the events are so fun. And what a great show they are. You've got the A field, the B field. Excuse me, guys. Let me get a sip of water here. A field, B field, and it makes it where a lot of different cars are competitive. And just because you bring a big show car out doesn't mean you're going to win necessarily. We've seen that happen many a times where a slower car can, in fact, be competitive on a car on nitro, even though they're on alcohol. So it's a great system. They go to some great tracks. And yes, it is 8th Mile. It's 8th Mile drag racing with those funny cars. Excuse me, Mikey, thoughts on what happened with the fuel bikes? Mentioned that a little earlier, but let's go in detail. Excuse me, guys. Been fighting some sinuses, going from 80 degree weather in Florida to like 50s and 40s in North Carolina. It wrecks me. It messes with me. So excuse me for some coughing and taking sips of water during the broadcast tonight. On the fuel bike situation, I believe it was Jay. Name slips me right now. We actually tried to show it on Competition Plus, but there's an interview by one of the Nitro Harley tuners, owners, riders, and he clues everybody into what happened. Mickey Thompson no longer sponsoring. NHRA doesn't have the money for a payout. And they apparently, other than the inside group, the people they chat with on what is to happen within a class, the totality of the class was not informed that yes, Jay Turner, thank you, Enzo. So Jay Turner interview, you can see it out there on the web, that there was going to be no purse and they're racing for nothing. Now, granted, I think the Fuel Harley guys, they probably would race for nothing. I think they just need to be told. They just need to be informed. Well, they weren't. So Jay Turner, that's who it was. He was not racing. He was tuning. That's a part of his business platform. And he did inform in an interview what was going on. It definitely makes you wonder, will there be Top Fuel Harley later on in NHRA competition this year? Maybe they should look elsewhere. Hey, PDRA, pick up the phone, figure something out. I don't know. Have Top Fuel Harley. XDA, figure something out. Have Top Fuel Harley. Top Fuel Harley, you could argue, has not got the love that they could have in the NHRA world. And here is another case. It's like the NHRA takes steps forward and a step back. And what I'm concerned about most in that situation is Jay Turner stated that they asked for some concession. Hey, help us out here. As Scott chimed in the comment section, racing for free, but they still had to pay entrance fees and crew passes. Look, work something out and say, guys, we have no purse to pay you, but this occasion, we're going to let you come in for free and race. I think if you do something like that, then you will work it out. You will at least come to a common ground. You'll at least come to an agreement that I think can appease both sides and one side not feel like they were completely abandoned and not cared for. The NHRA regularly states things like we're for the racers and we want to make sure that the racers are taken care of and things of that nature. And they ask for concessions and they don't get anything. That's not good. That's not good. And I appreciate the transparency of Jay Turner saying, hey, this is what's going on. This is the situation. I do not know why the NHRA would not make a concession. I don't understand. I don't understand why they would not. And it concerns me. You have Camping World come in, and I think it's a breath of fresh air. It can be a new day for the NHRA. And here they are, kind of same old, same old. It's tough. I feel for the Nitro Harley guys. I hope they find a place to race, a home where they are embraced and they are celebrated. What they are doing is wild, is crazy. It is fantastic. What a show it is. Those guys going over 200-something miles per hour, often on one wheel because the front's not even touching and they're leaning, using all their weight and throwing English on it to try to get those bikes down the track. It is truly impressive. Max, he chimed in earlier. What's your thoughts on Lyle Barnett? I say he's going to get the championship this year. I will say this. It is a wonderful story with what Lyle went through way back, the accident, to where he is now. What a fabulous story. But NHRA Pro Mod is a different animal. I would not say he's going to get the championship this year. I would not say that. I think you're going to see someone more established like a Belushi, an Alex Laughlin possibly. I think they're going to be the candidates for the championship this year. May very well surprise us. Remember, folks, it went down to the wire last year on who would win the championship, and it may very well be wide open again. Stevie Fast did not qualify, the defending champion. Nonetheless, on Lyle Barnett, great story, and if you want to hear more of his story, check out my buds Slammin' Sam, Outlaw Performance Entertainment, with his podcast. He recently interviewed him on his podcast. Check out Performance Entertainment with Slammin' Sam. The bikes need to be ran somewhere. I agree, Mikey. They definitely need to be ran somewhere. And continuing through the comments here, I hope someone keeps them around. I want to see the Amish Stevie Wonder on one. Yes, I would do it. I didn't get to talk to Mike Ashley on that in particular, but I would hop on a Top Fuel Harley. I've told her one other motorcycle in my life, so why not another? Interesting story to totaling a motorcycle. So I am at the track Thursday, Gainesville Raceway, and I'm trying to figure out from the NHRA my credential situation. No one had told me yet, and I was waiting word, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to go to the black trailer. If you don't know, there's this black trailer where they hand out all the credentials for everybody, the hard cards, things of that nature. So I say, hey, Doug, can I borrow the golf cart to go check on and see if they happen to have any of my credentials? He's like, sure, go ahead. Well, I walk around where the golf cart was. There was no golf cart. I said, well, the golf cart's not there. He's like, just take the scooter. And I kind of stopped, and I was like, kind of gave a strange face, like, and I thought to myself, yeah, okay. And I've actually never been on a scooter. I had to be taught how to actually properly fire up the scooter. But as I told the person who's like, this is you slide this button, you hit this, turn the key. I'm like, great. And they're like, hey, have you ever been on a two-wheeled vehicle at all? I said, yes. It's been several years. And the last time I was on it, I totaled it. I totaled my Kawasaki Ninja at about 55 miles per hour, heading off into a ditch on only my third day of riding it. It's a much longer story. Totaled it. My buddy, he freaked out over the handlebars. Bike lands on him, rips his helmet off. We're both later in urgent care. Came out okay, all things considered. But yes, this past week was the first time I had been on a two-wheeled vehicle since I totaled my motorcycle we're talking like maybe 8-9 years ago. So I was on that scooter like, oh, please, hoping nobody comes out in front of me. Like, I do not want to take evasive action for the first time being on a bike since I totaled one and total a little scooter at Gainesville Raceway. That would be out there. I'm sure someone would get photos or videos of that. Oh, Monday Morning Racer totals a scooter at Gainesville Raceway. And Mike Ashley would be like, well, we're certainly not putting you on a top Fuel Harley. But yes, that would be cool. That would be cool. Definitely would be cool. Clarence, he chimes in. Fuel Tech Outlaw Streetcar Reunion. How many? Let's see. That is 8 on April 22nd through 24th. Folks, check that out. Fuel Tech Outlaw Streetcar Reunion 8 on April 22nd through 24th. Where is that? Where is that, Clarence? Where is that going to be? The Lyle Barnett interview, Max. So check out on like Anchor, Google Podcasts, Outlaw Performance Entertainment. Check that out. Or go to Outlaw Performance Entertainment on Facebook, and you'll see a link for it. Outlaw Performance Entertainment. My co-host, Slam and Sam on the Competition Plus Power Hour, he conducted that interview with Lyle. Charles, good evening from California. Good evening to you too, sir. Good evening to you. God, it's just like riding a bike, only much faster. Don't we all say that in anything? Oh, it's just like driving a car, just much faster. Right. Don't we all say that? So, folks, at this point right now, I do want to say it does not look like we're going to have Frankie the Madman Taylor on working that out. Some miscommunication with the individual I was working with to get him on. So, oh well. Next time, another time, that will be the case. We've got a lot to look forward to, though, in the world of drag racing. I think a good year for the NHRA is upon us. I do want to say concerning the Gatornationals, I think a storyline that doesn't get enough love or has not got enough love is look at the performance of other funny car teams beyond Don Schumacher Racing and John Force Racing. Yes, Don Schumacher Racing does not have the same amount of cars out there, but they did perform well. Ron performing as he did. But as well as they performed, you had other funny cars of other teams do well in qualifying and on Sunday. Cruz Petragon. Semi-final round appearance. When was the last time that happened? I don't remember. It's been a while. But he made a semi-final round appearance, was running good till right about half track in the semifinals, and, well, lost that round. Bob Tasca. Excuse me. Bob Tasca ran well also and took out some big names. J.R. Todd for Coletta Motorsports. He wins, stopping the John Force Racing comeback. John Force struggled a bit in qualifying. I think we are about to see one of the most competitive years we've ever seen in Nitro Funny Car. And I am looking forward to it. I don't know how many repeat winners we'll have. I certainly don't think we're going to see the dominance we did last year at all. I think we're going to have a tight points battle. I think it's going to be a roller coaster ride of who does well. And then when they do well, we're probably going to see them not do well in races to come. And we're going to really wonder who has the most dominant car out there. I think that's going to be the case. Now, if you remember from Competition Plus Power Hour, and I even said it here, that I think Robert Hight is going to be the leading member of John Force Racing. And as of right now, he showed that to be the case. What about that? Brittany Force going out round one on her return on a hole shot to Justin Ashley. Clarence, he chimes in on the Fuel Tech Outlaw Streetcar Reunion 8 on April 22nd through the 24th. That is at Virginia Motorsports Park. So, folks, if you're in the area, catch some great drag racing at a wonderful facility there at Virginia Motorsports Park. Well, folks, I'm looking forward to Funny Car Chaos. It's going to be going there next weekend, not this one, but next weekend coming. Be traveling out. Not sure what I'm going to line up or what I'm going to do for Between the Slicks on that. What will be effectively be a travel Thursday for me to get to Texas and cover that event. So we will see who we're able to have on for next Thursday. Sorry, it did not work out having Frankie on tonight. Sometimes it doesn't work out. There's miscommunication. You thought someone saw something, they didn't see it, and it just didn't work out. So I'm sorry about that. We will definitely have Frankie Taylor on at some point and have him on at another time. I've been wanting to talk with him. I have not talked with him since I interviewed him in Victory Circle there beneath the tower of the Texas Motorplex when he won the first race back for the ADRL in 2020. I even wore my ADRL cap tonight, American Drag Racing League. I hope they have a great year. Hope Frankie Taylor has another stunning year, and so much to learn from him and what he's done in the world of drag racing. Definitely was looking forward to having him on tonight, but it was not to be. I'm glad so many of you stuck in and stayed here to chat about drag racing. Until next time, folks, I'm the Monday Morning Racer. This is Between the Slicks, the most diverse drag racing talk show out there. We'll see who we've got next week. Join me on the Competition Plus Power Hour on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. with my co-host Sam and Slam. We've got Robert Hight coming up this coming Tuesday. Folks, thank you. This has been Between the Slicks. Until next time, God bless and keep the pedal to the metal.